The most dangerous choice a man can make is the one that looks like no choice at all. Because that is how a life is wasted. Not through trying and failing, but through hesitation, through delay, through the slow, almost invisible habit of doing nothing while telling yourself there is still time. That is why inaction is so dangerous. It does not arrive like a storm. It arrives like comfort, like caution, like telling yourself you are thinking it through. And while you say all of that, your life keeps moving. That is the part people forget. Time does not pause because you are uncertain. It does not slow down because you are afraid. It moves, quietly, without asking whether you are ready. And every day a man does nothing, he pays for it. Not always in obvious ways, not immediately. That is what makes it such a cruel exchange. The cost of doing nothing is almost invisible in the short term. It feels harmless. It feels temporary. It feels like one more day, one more week of waiting will not matter that much. But it does matter. Because not choosing to do something is still choosing. And every choice carries a cost. And that is how regret begins. It begins as a quiet ache. That feeling in a man's chest when he knows he is capable of more than the life he is currently living. That heaviness he feels when he watches another day pass and knows again that he left too much undone. That bitterness that starts forming when the inner voice keeps saying move and he keeps answering it with later. That is not random discomfort. That is the price beginning to collect. Because doing nothing does not only cost you time, it costs you confidence. It costs you the relationship between a man and his own word. Every day you delay what you know matters, something weakens. You may not see it immediately, but you feel it. You feel it when you stop believing your own intentions because you have broken too many promises to yourself. That is what inaction does. It teaches a man not to trust himself. And once that happens, life gets harder. Because now he is not only carrying the weight of what has not changed, he is carrying the knowledge that he had chances to change it and kept refusing the burden of movement. This is why the cost of doing nothing is often worse than the cost of failure. Failure is painful, yes. Failure can be embarrassing. Failure exposes weaknesses, and people will judge you. But most importantly, failure teaches you something. Failure gives feedback. Failure gives a man something real to work with. Doing nothing gives him none of that. Doing nothing teaches almost nothing except the habit of retreat. It builds no strength, no skill, no story worth respecting. The man who tries and fails is still ahead of the man who never enters the arena. Because at least the man who tried is moving forward. For he has chosen growth over comfort. But the man who does nothing is shaped by absence, by avoidance, by all the little non-decisions that slowly turn into a life he never consciously chose, but still ended up living. And that is the tragedy. A man can spend years believing he is waiting, when in truth, he is giving up his purpose. This is why comfort is expensive. It feels like relief. It feels like safety. But comfort has a way of becoming a trap when a man stays there too long. It makes him slower, softer, more tolerant of the version of himself that should have been temporary. It teaches him to normalize what should have disturbed him. And over time, his standards drop without him even noticing. He stops chasing what matters. He no longer builds. And the worst part is the drift can look normal from the outside. A man can go to work, pay bills, keep routines, and look stable. But inside, he knows he has wasted too much time. A life that merely happened to you is not the same as a life you fought to build. That is why this matters so much. Because one day, if a man keeps choosing inaction, the bill comes due. And by then, it has a name. Regret. Not the small regret of one awkward decision, not the temporary regret of a failed attempt. The deeper kind. The kind that arrives when a man starts seeing clearly how much of his life was lost to hesitation. How many risks he never took. How many dreams he kept postponing. And when this moment comes, it will be too late to change anything. That kind of regret is soul-destroying. It does not let a man hide behind excuses. It only asks one thing. Why did you not live when you had the chance? And that is a hard thing for any man to carry. Most people do not reach the end of life mourning the things they tried and failed at. They mourn the things they never had the courage to begin. The body never built. The business never started. The love never confessed. That is where the real pain lives. Not in visible failure. In unlived potential. In all the ways a man could have answered the call inside him, but kept choosing the safer silence of doing nothing. What you are not changing, you are choosing. That is the confrontation most men avoid. But this is not said to shame you. It is said to wake you up. Because if your choices help build the life you are living now, then your choices can build a different one. It is still not too late to make a change. You do not need a crisis to begin. You do not need anyone to give you permission. Just start. The moment becomes right when you move. The path you're meant to go down will reveal itself once you start moving forward. That is how a man changes. Not through one dramatic leap. Not through one emotional night where he swears everything will be different. But through repeated acts of honesty. Repeated acts of discipline. That is enough to begin. And beginning matters more than men think. Because decisions compound. Habits compound. But so does neglect. Everything compounds. That is why the man who acts, even imperfectly, starts building a future. And the man who delays, even slightly, starts building regret. So if something in you already knows that your life has been asking more of you, listen. If there is a dream you keep burying, dig it back up. If there is a habit destroying you, break it. Because the heaviest loss is not money, not embarrassment, not even failure. The heaviest loss is the man you never became. The man who could have been stronger. The man who was within reach but remained untouched because you kept choosing comfort over purpose. That is the deepest sting. That you had a chance to become more and did not answer it. So do not wait for the feeling. Do not wait until the moment looks perfect. Start now. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start while it is imperfect. Start before another year quietly disappears into the lie that you still have more time. Because one day, all the waiting will end. And when that day comes, a man will either carry the memory of a life he lived, or the weight of a life he only imagined. Do not let your whole life become a heart full of what if. Move now, before it is too late, before the man you could have become is gone for good.